Good evening, everyone. On this Godlike Sunday, it's great to see everybody here. We have a very, very special show for this morning to show you. We have our guests this morning, Victor and Martin from Superkraft. Gentlemen, welcome to Godlike Statues. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate both of you. How are you?
Great, man. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, everyone, for being here with us today. We are super happy to be back, and we have some exciting stuff to share with you guys.
Yeah, awesome. I cannot wait because I know I've seen pictures and snips all over the place, but I know this is coming very soon, the San Diego Comic-Con, but also we'll have maybe some pictures tonight that we'll show, so I'm super excited for. And then also maybe some updates to some of your previous projects that I really want to talk about. But man, I cannot wait to talk about some of these things because they're very, very something that I've been looking at very closely. But now you see it in online and just how amazing they are. So it's just great to see that. But Martin, how are you? Thanks for being here with us. I appreciate you.
We are good. Thanks so much for having us. And I think this is the second time we are here. So,
yes.
So happy to be able to talk to you all again. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, second time around with us, and thank you for spending time with the community and also Godlike Statues. We'll have some premieres tonight, so I look forward to sharing that with the community and talking with everybody. But I did have some questions for you guys. I know that you guys are getting ready to launch, a new statue, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But can you maybe give us an update on Superkraft? Give us an update on Superkraft line and where you at on the schedule. Are they going to release on time? For instance, the 1/4 Batman, and then also the Transformers. Are they online to launch this year or?
Yeah, so I think I'll take that if you don't mind.
Okay.
So the team has been working hard on the first two products that we launched, and for Transformers and Batman, both have been undergone like some re-engineering parts to make sure that everything fits well, and then hit the mark when it reached to the collectors. We also have sent the update images to our collectors, so we plan to do more in the future, basically, and. At the moment now, it's currently still on track, and we look forward to give you more information regarding those. And I think for Batman also, we have revealed the design of the free art print that we'll be giving out to our customers. So yeah, we hope all this is informative enough for everyone to keep them on route.
Right.
If you guys didn't order the statue, so between the time for Batman especially, since the time they ordered and the time they collect, in between now we are actually giving out the art print. So I'm not sure you guys have seen a picture of the art print. Martin, you want to give them a glimpse of what the art print? So this is the art print created especially just for the folks who purchased the statue.
Okay.
We want them to have something to hold on to and something special that we created just for this purpose. So,
okay.
Yeah, and that's just like just like like a sweetener in between.
Yeah.
And also, while Martin getting the picture, along the way we've also announced the winners of our for Transformers the 101 piece, so the special soup up,
right. Yeah.
And then also for Batman, it was the Noir edition, right? So I had the privilege to speak to the two winners. They were stoked. It was kind of interesting because, in those conversations, they're like, "This is a scam. Are you guys for real?" Like, so the reactions were really interesting. I was like, "Dude, you won. Like, so you okay with that?" Like, yeah, sure. Like, so one guy, we were trying to reach him like a couple of times, and he just couldn't be reached. And finally, we got him. His story of how he won, like how he ordered the statue, was pretty amazing. He was at a trade show. He ran out of his booth. When we launched the statue to kind of place the order. I was like, wow, that is a real story, man. So yeah, so I'm glad they went to like a real fan, and I think
Yes.
that's what we want to give to the fans, right? Something interesting, something different, and to make sure they keep coming back for more.
That's
Sorry, Martin,
definitely.
do you have the picture you want to show?
It's currently still downloading. It's pretty big, But
Okay, we'll come back to it later.
Yeah, we can come back to it. I was talking to the panel, and we were discussing that the Transformers diorama by Superkraft was contender for Statue of the Year of 2024. It is something very special, and I know once this gets into the hands of collectors, this is going to be a piece that people said to themselves, man, why did I not get that? You know what, let me scramble now and try to pick one up somewhere. And it may be too late because there wasn't. What was the edition size for that, Victor? Do you recall?
Yeah, so that was 100, and then along with the 101 piece, there's 101 pieces.
Wow, that's not a lot at all. Yeah, 100 pieces is, and that makes it more collectible too because it's only 100.
Yeah, because like with that edition size, I guess for us it was an expensive piece. We wanted to make sure that we kept it exclusive. Not many people are going to fork out that amount of money for a statue for Transformers. So this is the art print, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Martin,
So
you want that? Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we have contacted actually a comic artist to have to do this particular art print, and as you can see, it still ties into the Batman lore and the whole symbol of the bats forming the bat symbol. So yeah, we want to have a bit of that essence in the art print as well. So a bit about this art print, it will be produced in the screen printing method. If you know, the screen printing requires many layers, and it's also going to be handmade. So each layers will be printed by hand. So this is I think something that we feel suitable for Superkraft and the craftsmanship that we want to convey in the artwork.
Wow, what a great idea!
It looks awesome.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really awesome. It's really cool. So, Alan, what if you had the Batman statue and you put that back in a really nice frame behind it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That would look
And
really
I mean, we are also now maybe a bit of behind the scene, but we are also preparing a few other things that will be in the box. You'll get to see, I guess, when the statue actually arrives. But yeah, the box will be special as well, and inside there'll be a few things that we actually haven't discussed before or we haven't revealed.
Really? Okay.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's exciting.
I love this.
That was a major tease, though, Martin. So
This is great. So basically, opening up the box will feel like a premium experience. Getting all these goodies inside.
yes.
So
Yes,
our
cool.
print should come before the actual box. So this one should come like soon because I think the EDM went out to all the buyers. So this is something that they should be getting like pretty soon once we're done with it, and then later on the actual statue.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. Oh, so this is coming separately in a package. Then you get the actual statue.
Cool.
Wow. Okay. That's great.
That's cool. Yeah, it gives you kind of like a hey, guess what's coming soon type mentality.
Yeah, kind of get you ready for it, like anticipation. So,
Yeah, I think that's the advantage of the small edition sizes. We can actually do a little bit more for the fans, and it's I think it's important. Superkraft is a part of like a company, so we have the privilege of actually, taking out time and doing some of these little things to be able to thank the fans for their patience, because 8 months to a year is a pretty long time to wait for anything.
Sure.
So these are some of the things that Martin and the team have come up with as actual fans and as actual collectors, and what they actually how they would like to be treated, as a collector. So
Nice.
Wow.
Do we have an actual size of this yet?
Yeah.
I can check the size again.
Because
It's a post. I'll get back to you on this.
Okay. That'd be great.
Producing the sample.
Yeah, I think it would look really nice, Matt, if they had the statue and then this with maybe a gold border and then this in the middle. I think that would
look real good.
Wow, that would be sick. Yeah.
Man, that looks great.
Yes.
Yeah, because we have Okay.
I would just say I really appreciate that. I mean, you think about it. Superkraft didn't really have to do this. They could have just, here's your statue. Thank you very much for your purchase. But this was the bonus for waiting, like Victor said, and also you get this just amazing art print. I just love this. I think it's great. I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, we hope the fans like it, and yeah, we can't wait for the feedback, right? Because and at the shows like SDCC New York, this is where we actually get to hear from folks, and yeah, I'm looking forward to all those conversations.
Yeah, awesome. Would this print be there as well?
I don't think so. So this is only gone out to the buyers via EDM, and then you guys. So I think now all your viewers will actually be able to get a glimpse of this kind of really kind of exclusive print.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for sharing this with us and the community. I know they're really going to appreciate that. It's amazing.
No,
it does.
Yeah, cool deal.
Really awesome.
Jimmy, I got a question if you don't mind.
Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the things that sets you guys apart were number one, the small batches, which I love, and number two, the customization, where hey, you can get, if you just want to get the standard version, that's fine. Hey, we love you, but you can customize, a lot or just a little. I personally have ordered both of your statues, the Transformers, which I didn't customize at all, but the Batman one I did the customize with the clock. I bought the clock with young Bruce Wayne, and of course I can't wait. Is this something you guys are going to kind of continue to do with every release of yours? Have some level of customization to it?
Definitely, I guess it's one of the key factor that set us apart, as well as from the feedback is something that people appreciate. So, but we are trying to also make this customization have a meaning. So, for example, like the pocket watch under young Bruce Wayne is basically a time frozen where that tragedy actually happens, but also that was as a base to keep your part of the statue basically. So we want to also make sure that whatever we offer, it will have a meaning, or it will be adding the value into the statue. So that's what we are aiming.
Yeah, I can't wait. I have both of them ordered, so I'm really looking forward to it. And one thing with the small batches, like you said, you're literally like, okay, if you say, hey, it's going live at 12 o'clock, you're on your phone at 11:55, on your website, just kind of refreshing, trying to get. I can remember vividly that on both of them, I was just like, the minute it went live, PO'd. So it just brings an excitement. It brings a level, especially when, like you guys said, there's only 100 of the Transformers one, and then, 200 of the Batman or something, like, so it just brings that level of excitement that you kind of get excited from when you were like a kid going to the toy store,
So, and Martin, was this your idea to incorporate this type of customization into every statue? Did you come up with this idea, or was this a group effort?
I can't take credit, honestly, guys. This is a work of a team, and I think Jackson, which is our CEO as well, he chipped in some ideas to make how to basically create a unique experience for people collecting products, right? So, of course, customization was one of it. And coming as a creative person myself, I want to have the narrative or the storytelling as a big part of the statue as well. And this is also with other factors like the IP, the character selection. We hope that we can present a unique package, I guess, for people to enjoy.
That's awesome. Matt, can you take that next number 5 question?
Yes. Speaking of Transformers, it's like we were talking about. It's arguably one of the best Transformer pieces ever made. I tell people, this one statue tells the whole story. You don't need to go and buy 10, 12, 20 This tells the whole story of it, which just, that's what I love. You can have, hey, only one Transformer statue, and that's it. That's all you need. With that being said, of course, this one's focused on Optimus. Are we going to maybe see more Transformer-related statues from Superkraft and kind of, and other IPs like that?
For sure. Sorry, Victor, if you mind, I think. All right. Yeah. So thanks, and first of all, thanks so much for the kind words about the piece. And yes, this is more like our dream piece as well, to be able to create like symbolic pieces. And of course, there are other symbolic pieces that we can create from Transformers. And yeah, there are some plans, of course, but in terms of execution, we need to make sure that it hit the same mark as the first statue, which is the Till All Are One. So we are looking into Transformers and other licenses, including things that we haven't announced before. But whatever it is, we want to make sure that first, it has a good storytelling. It has a symbolic meaning. That means it not just maybe represent the story, but the characters. And yeah, I think that's what we are heading to, and we want to ensure that we hit that before we release anything new.
Okay.
Cool deal.
Yeah, I think I'm going to save this next question for last. I think I'm going to save that one for last because a lot of people are going to want to know that. But we talked about Batman. We talked about, Transformers. Alan, what question did you? You know what? Let's save that one now. Let's save number 3. Let's talk about Morgan, and she's just beautiful. Like she is. Tell us about how this got started and what was the inspiration behind that, Martin? Like, did Superkraft, did the CEO come to you and to say, I need a Darkstalker statue, or did you give them an idea? Like, how did this come about? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, I think for Superkraft, we want to make basically our statues, right, represent evergreen characters, right? Those who are classic, coming from a classic IP, and then they are still being sought after, and they have a special heart in the collectors. For Morrigan, right, I think she's one of the most popular female game characters, and I think it also fits Superkraft way of storytelling, because for this statue, the whole idea is Morrigan and Lilith, they are basically one soul that is split between two, because Morrigan was too powerful. She was the queen of the Makai world, of the demon world. She was too powerful, and she needs to split 1/3 of her soul to become another being that is Lilith. So our statue, right, which I will go later, it shows the moment of reunion, basically, where Lilith embraced Morrigan from the back. She's flying with the wings open, and she's landing and then embracing Morrigan from the back. So of course, other things, there are some Easter eggs or reference to the both the lore and the video games, and I can cover some of those later as well. But I mean, we also like to put in some reference to the source material, like with Transformers. We got Vector Sigma, and then we got the Arc. For Batman, we have the necklace, the pearl necklace, and some other things on the base. So we also want to include this for Morrigan.
Okay, that's awesome. And I did notice some switch outs too. Her that she had the wine glass, and there's an image that I have, and I don't want to get too much into this because maybe it's a project for the future or something. But I have this image when I was younger of Dimitri sitting in a throne chair, and he had the wine glass in his hand, and he had vampires sitting around him, and I was like, That reminds me of that when I was younger, and I used to play the game so much when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But that's what it reminded me of. But it was really cool to see the switch out for that. It has 2 switch outs, regular hand and with the wine glass, or
Yeah, so we'll have more than that actually, but those will come as an add-on, and there's some other sorry, and there's some other add-ons that we haven't even shared before. So this will be the first time we share it.
okay.
So we'll change things a little bit, and also there's some features that is never been shown before as well. So yeah. That's it.
Okay, it's not, you have my attention.
I have to say, when one first brought the kind of a concept for Morrigan, right? I think the question was like, does she have that many fans, right? And then when we started doing the research, we didn't realize how deep the lore went. Right? I used to play Darkstalkers, but I didn't realize that that Morrigan was such a huge cult figure. I think based on our research, like she's probably more popular than the entire Darkstalkers franchise. Like,
she is.
Yeah, most people wouldn't know who Dimitri is, right? Like,
right.
I think a lot of the back and actually, like, while going through the research, like the Darkstalkers franchise has a massive, like, deep lore. If you follow it from, like, the first game, the second game, I think Morrigan and Lilith as a pair were introduced in the third game. And as you see kind of like the progression of the story, like, holy camole, it was really like I don't know. I felt that people tend not to see that part of the game because we are playing the game. You just want to fight, you just want to like beat the next guy. Right? But I think like when I actually watch YouTubers like go through the entire history, I was like, oh my god, like, there's so much to it.
Yeah.
And Morrigan has like when we went through it, she has so much going for her, like in terms of the whole idea of the succubus, how that kind of like did you know that originally the creators wanted her to be a vampire?
I did not know that actually.
Yeah, before they came to the idea of the succubus, they wanted her to be a vampire, and then it evolved into the idea of a succubi, and you'll see there's certain things around like kind of like vampires that are still within the current design. So yeah, so just some like interesting things that we uncovered while doing the research for the first issue.
Right, and she's been in so many games too. Marvel vs. Capcom, Darkstalkers,
my favorite.
Different games.
Yeah, dude. She's the number one choice for like crossovers, right? Anytime there's a separate Capcom franchise, let's bring Morrigan in. Like she's actually hot and she's powerful as hell. Yeah,
she's just awesome. But man, how special is it to get Lilith and her together on one statue? So it's just really awesome to see. Victor, sharing your screen, man, it looks fantastic. I really love the now. Do the candles on the base light up, or is that light up?
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Oh, it does.
All right.
It does.
Cool.
And I think it can be seen clearer in the video, the light up features. But yeah, we do have that as well. I think actually I should start with the video. Probably it will be a good.
I think
that's awesome. I'm really glad you guys did that because I've got the old school Prime 1 Skull Knight, and that's one of the best things about that piece. He has the way the candles flicker on that, and I love that. So I'm glad you guys did that.
Good.
Yeah.
I have to ask, is it going to be a plugging or is it batteries?
Also, we are planning USB as usual because I think batteries will run out.
Of course, yeah.
Good choice.
That's good. We got a video on deck here. Superkraft Morrigan. Here we go.
All right, let me play it.
Okay. Feature. Wow, that's very impressive. It looks
Beautiful.
great too. So, when you got this all together and sculpted, was it important to have a lot of feature to you? Do you think that? I mean, I think was the best move, but getting that all together, I think that was it important for you guys to have a lot of feature on that?
Yeah, I think, I mean, first of all, we want to make sure that the character is authentic. It looks, it represents who she is. And we build up around that, basically, the poses, the creative idea. Why are they doing that certain pose? I hope you don't mind I go into a bit of details, but Morrigan sitting there is also a homage to how the winning screen of Morrigan in the video game, she's floating with the bats under her and sitting down. But instead of the bats, we are changing the seat into like some sort of a throne. And if you remember in the game, actually, she has a lot of tendrils or things that is coming out from the back as her weapons. So those forming the seats as well, or the throne. And the bats surrounding her with skeleton at the base. It represents basically people who fell under her seduction, of course, and she, as a succubus, right? She feeds from the life force of human beings. So those are the remnants of those who fall under her spell. And we include also the gem at the bottom, and which you can customize into crystal and platinum plated. So this is a symbol. They call it in the video game Ring of Isis. So it's a symbol of her royalty, basically, a symbol of her status as the queen of this demon world.
Wow.
Yeah. So those are like some of the references that we
Sure. Yeah. You can tell you put a lot of thought and research into the design, which I know the community is really going to appreciate. Noah, what did you have? I know you had a question too.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know what made you guys decide to go the third scale route? Because I appreciate it. I love third scales.
I do too,
So I remember when I first saw the picture that you guys posted, I assumed it was a quarter scale based off the last Batman. But I scrolled down all the way and I was like, oh, third? Okay, all right. Because I just got the PCS Morrigan a couple months ago, but this immediately makes me want to get another third scale Morrigan. So I just wondered what made you guys decide to take that leap. Because I just looked at the dimensions and it doesn't look too bad. It looks, a little over 28 inches, I think. So that's still not too bad. I just wondered why you guys decided to up it from quarter scale.
Sure. You mind, Victor, if I take it?
Please. This was a controversial decision, but yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think between quarter and 1/3 scale, right, is about. For us, it's about how much detail we can put into a piece. Yeah. And for female figures, of course, we want to emphasize the beauty as well. And having something at 1/3 scale, I think, help us to achieve that. But also at 1/3 scale, I think the focus should be more on the character and how they should interact with each other. So the poses, the details of each character is what makes us decide into going into 1/3 instead of 1/4 scale. And we'll have some pictures later to show how big it is. But basically, compared to a quarter scale, it's also significantly have more presence. So that's what we aim to do, also to make the statue that you can't miss when you see it.
I also appreciate that you guys went with a simpler base on that one. So because the Prime 1 pieces came out recently, and that was actually kind of the thing that took me away from them, was that bases were just a little bit too bulky, too busy for me, and too similar. So I like how you just took the two characters, just combined them into one statue instead of having two. And I really, really appreciate the design on that.
It's really nice.
One thing I noticed during the video, the detail in the texture of the wings and the paint job. It just looks, just in the video, it looks amazing. And then as the video spanned out were the eyes. The eyes look real. So dead on with those. Dead on. The eyes look like they're really alive.
It pops. I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. And yeah, I think credit to the artists working on that, sculptors and painter as well. We have, I mean, hopefully you don't I drop the names, but we got two sculptors from Brazil. His name is Vitor Hugo, and myself also included. And then one more guy. Sorry, my head went blank. What's his name? Oh, Gabriel. Gabriel, myself, and Vitor. We worked on the sculpt for quite some time. And then Diana, her name is Diana Loeffler from Germany. She helped us with the paint, and she did a great job basically capturing the beauty as well as the details on each of the characters. And yeah, we hope we can show in the video and some pictures that we'll share to everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Freddie, what did you have for Superkraft? I know you had a question on deck too.
On that note, I appreciate that you offer free shipping on your piece, the first piece. Is this going to be free shipping too?
Yes, it will. And as I think, as usual for Superkraft statue, we want to. Well, it's a partnership between MJ Logistics side as well, right? So we want to offer this free shipping for every orders. So customers won't have to worry about the shipment basically. So yes, it will still be offered.
That is big news.
Awesome.
Big news.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Big news.
I think we wanted this to be consistent with the past two statues.
Yes.
One of the feedback that we keep getting from folks when I meet them at the shows is like, hey guys, shipping, right? Like that's a big deal.
Sure.
Yeah, for us, I think our head company actually has a lot of goods coming into North America anyway, right? So this is actually it goes in as part of our larger shipments. So it's not a big deal for us. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't change some of these things because we want the fans to not suddenly realize, hey guys, what happened to the shipping, man? Why did you guys drop it? So so we believe that this is actually it's actually an incentive for folks who worry about shipping. So
yes, because in this, it sounds like a small question, but that's pretty a big question, especially in this global climate that we're in right now with. But how shipping is and, the extra tariffs and stuff. So just hearing that, that would remove a lot of hindrances from people who are questioning it to, I feel a lot better now. I could just order this piece and not have to worry about shipping. So that's great news. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, okay. So looking at this picture here, Martin, so listen, the paint and sculpt are just absolutely phenomenal. Like they're just so great, but there's something about the eyes that make her look like almost like a real person. Does that make sense at all? Yeah, but it really brings this character almost to life. It looks fantastic. It's so hard. I mean, there's so many, statue companies that have attempted to build this character, right? I mean, let's just be real. They have, but none quite like this. It's just it's probably the best version. I think we can all agree on that. It looks great. Looks
Thanks.
great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I believe that's what we aim as well, to infuse a little bit of realism into the design, because I think there's a lot of iteration out there, and we want to at least do something different, something that we feel also will be appealing to everyone. So yes, a little bit of realism while still capturing the essence of the characters in the video game. So I probably will go through some of these images, but yeah, I mean, feel free, guys, if you have anything to ask. Or
I think on that point, Jimmy, if you look at the face, I think so. There's a lot of things here that went through a lot of healthy discussions internally. In terms of the face sculpt. Like why does she look like this? Why does she not look more like the Scottish version of Morrigan? So we went through a lot of kind of like arguments and discussions around what kind of face we want to see, and so this was like the final one that everyone kind of agreed on, and it's and I think after all the discussions, we feel that this is a pretty good outcome because there were a lot of different views on like what Morrigan should look like. I'm sure between all of us, we all feel it's a version of Morrigan that we all like. So this was the one that we could all kind of agree on, like, hey, this is wow. This is really good. There's a lot of things went through all these like very painfully long discussions, like right. But wow, look at her. Lilith,
Yeah, I want to say high praises to the sculptor, the artist, everybody on that team. Even just looking at the pose, like where her hand is kind of not touching, Lilith is not touching Morrigan, but slightly right there. It's just so sensual. It's just, and then that look, the whole thing, it's beautiful. Like that direction that you, even with her fingers, just you can picture this happening in real time, right? As the motion, like you can see it like happening right there, and I think that's cool. The direction that you all went for this, great idea.
Thanks. Goosebumps as you said that, man. Ooh.
Wow! Right? Wow! Look at that.
I mean, look at that base. I mean, it's just amazing.
That's cool.
And I, speaking of like, not to say it in a bad way, but one person feels the statue needs to have this, and another side, hey, it needs to have this. With doing small batches like you guys are famous for, which makes them, more rare and more personal. Not to say it in a bad way, but you've got to hit it out of the park. You want to make the best decisions, to make it, sell out day one, type thing. So I know that's got to be hard, if one side of the team feels this way and the other side feels this way, type thing.
And Alan, you had a question about the wings, correct?
Actually, a couple things.
Okay.
First of all, Victor and Martin, it's so great to see you guys again. The last time you were on with us, I still remember we had such a great time. And when Jimmy said, "Hey, they're coming back," I'm like, "Wow, okay, cool. I can't wait."
Thanks, Alan. It's nice to see you again.
Really enjoy you guys, and really appreciate everything you guys are doing, statue-wise. But this Morrigan, man, I'll tell you, my first impression when I saw it was it's just elegant. It just has a really elegant look to it, which drew me in. I love the light up feature. I just love the way you've combined both characters together. It's just really, really awesome. The wings, is there going to be any translucent quality to them, or are they opaque?
So, I can take that as well. We do have translucency on the skin, actually. I don't know whether it's visible, but translucency basically disperses the light when it goes into the resin, right? So I think that creates a very good effects on the skin. Whereas on the wings, Morrigan has two different color wings, so black at the back and then purple in the front. So it makes more sense to be more opaque on the wings to emphasize that color scheme. And for this particular piece, the translucency part comes on the skin and on the candles at the base. Basically.
Okay. Is any chance that the candles can flicker?
Sorry?
Is there any chance that the LEDs in the candles can flicker?
We'll be looking into that. Yes. I think once we go into the full production, we'll see how to tackle this the best way, because of course you have to provide options if we have flickerings, right? Some people would want it to be maybe just on and off, or pulsating, or flickerings. We'll look into that, and we'll see if we can also insert some options on the light up features.
Yeah, it looks like, I might be wrong, is Lilith, it looks like she's kind of floating behind Morrigan. Her feet aren't grounded. She's like floating behind.
That's a good observation. So let me take you to the back view. And yeah, she is hovering at the back. And
oh, man. Okay, love that.
Yes, I think this we haven't showed this to anyone else. Basically, it's the first time we show it. And I also want to highlight one features. You can remove Lilith and display Morrigan alone. Basically.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yes, we.
Oh, that looks cool.
I mean, we realize that collecting and displaying, people might want to change how statue would look like. Time to time. So having that option to basically just display Morrigan alone or with Lilith, I think that should help to switch things around.
That's a great option. Although I see most of us want both.
Yeah,
at the same time.
For sure.
It's cool we have the option though. That's really. Oh, look at the back of that.
This way you can actually see the back more clearly, especially the tendrils coming out of the body.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
So, and me being a fan of this character in the game, when she's fighting, she uses those tentacles and she hits you with them, and they extend, they come out like points, and they go back into her or whatever stuff. So, that's a great feature you added that on there. It looks really neat. It's super cool.
Thanks. Yeah. I don't have a Superkraft piece yet, but I think this is gonna be my first one.
Yeah, I like it a lot too.
Yeah, I really like this piece.
Yeah, this one may come home. I think I have to figure out where it's going to go.
Alan, is it good enough for you to actually want to get the game and play?
And I'm not a gamer.
Yeah.
But, just like I don't know anything about Berserk, but I have a ton of statues. The same as this, when I see a piece, I'm drawn into the art of the piece, and for me, that's all I need to purchase. And this piece is stunning. So
yeah, and Martin, Victor, that's very telling and good. Where that you never even needed to play the game, a person could just pick it up just because of how beautiful it looks and the artistry, which is cool.
Thanks. Really appreciate
Points for that.
Thank you.
So, and Victor, I got to ask, once this went into development, right? You sculpted it. They tell you what they wanted. You need a Darkstalker statue. You're sculpting these. How does it work at Superkraft? Do you sit at a round table? Do you talk through it? Do they say, hey, yes, no, go back to the drawing board? How does that work? I'm curious.
I think on the concept, like Martin is really strong in terms of providing us with options, right? I think Martin has very his way of thinking about statues is very advanced, in terms of what he wants to see. He knows what is the feeling that he wants, the collectors to have when they see it, right? So I think he starts a lot with that, right? And I think it's an understanding. He does a lot of research. Like if you look at a lot of his other concepts that that did not make it, he goes really deep into kind of like the background, the lore, and in coming up with the concept before sketching it out, and then finally seeing it in kind of like a render, right? So throughout the process, what we really appreciate about Martin and also the team is like the amount of work that goes into the research, because we're not going to do a statue just because there's like the event coming up. All these are actually bits and pieces of Martin's mind, and kind of like how he envisions these characters in all their glory. So most of the creative is done by Martin and the team. He comes to management to kind of get approvals to see how we can get it through. Licensing wise, we support him with a lot of the how we can get these licenses. So Capcom is a big partner for us. We're doing like Street Fighter and all that for like blind boxes and stuff. So this is not difficult to get. And then making sure that we stay within the licensing guidelines, right? So I think making sure that we do things that the licensors like.
Oh, it's big.
It's huge, guys.
Wow.
Yeah. And the painter, like the amount of time Martin took to choose the painter itself, was telling in terms of how specific he wanted the final effect to be. Right? He wanted a certain kind of look for the face. If you look at the amount the way that the paint application is done on the faces, it's the bottom, the makeup, it's almost perfect, So yeah, so I think like, and even the addition of like the butler, like Lucian, like so like who in the world would have gone through the process of putting in a butler that only appears in like the cutscenes, and maybe in some other games, So yeah, so these are some of the decisions which we feel are a bit risky, right? As a commercial business, firstly the choice of a character like Morrigan is a bit risky. The choice of putting in a butler that nobody, probably like 50% of people do not know of, is risky, right? So and then Martin has to convince everyone that this works, right? And then we all have to convince ourselves that we're going to put money and make this work. So yeah, I think so. Whatever you see today is kind of like the belief of the team, right? In the vision of in Martin's vision, in Martin's kind of like end game of what he wants to achieve with each individual staff. And there are a couple of others coming up that we'll leave that to the end, but we can't share too much. But yeah, a lot of the same thought process goes through that. So yeah, look at it. So when he showed us all these behind the scenes pictures, we were like, holy come on. And then when the piece actually arrived at the office and we took those pictures, like, whoo, yeah. So
and I mean, I guess full credits also to the artist working on this. And in this particular picture is the paint application from the painter, Dinah. So she did a very good job. She's portrayed here. So I'm very pleased. The team is very pleased with the result. And I think, we hope that, in San Diego Con, people can see it live and then see how big it is. And spoiler alert, because we haven't shared it, but the butler or the servant, his name is Lucian, is also part of the add-ons that we can offer to customers. So more onto the add-ons. I hope you don't mind. I can share more images on that. But,
okay. Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
Firstly, let me do the applause here for Mark. Get that together. Really appreciate that. Man, how exciting it is to see that. And kudos to you, Martin, and the team for sculpting this. I am convinced this is the best Morgan. It just is. I mean, it's really hard to compete with that. It looks fantastic, and just seeing that looks great. We have more. Look at this.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Man, just
I mean, I think not many people know this character, like what Victor say, right? There's some convincing here that I have to make to the team, but in this particular picture, right, Morrigan is actually holding a chalice. This is a free add-on that we offer for the first 24 hours. And basically, right, the butler that you see or the servant that you see on the right side is holding the decanter with the drinks or the wine inside. And Morrigan is holding the chalice as a pair. On the base itself, for the servant, Lucian, he also have a light up features on the candles, and I think it's just like a nice addition to complete the statue. Basically, it is.
That is cool.
That is cool. I like that.
There's the
I love
glass.
the proximity pieces, so that's cool to see.
Yeah, there's the wine glass. I'm ordering this, Alan.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sold. Wow, that's really awesome. The arm switch out. Okay, and that's just that's her. In the game, she like waves her fingers, and they go on these different joints as she like waves her fingers before she gets ready to fight. And that's kind of what that reminds me of.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes she will, summon all these bats, and I think I missed the part where the bats are actually forming the suit as well, which is why you see. One foot is actually without any, outfit or boots. Is representing that moment also where she summons all this back and then form her clothes as well. So
that's a nice touch.
Yeah, so I like the way the toes look, like the way the toes articulate, and I think kind of like the bats kind of like starting to unfold it. That was controversial too. just because some people don't like seeing feet; they want to see boobs, but in this case, we made this decision that it's kind of sexy, to kind of see the feet and then just it being devoured by kind of like the bats coming out. So that was another controversial decision. So, but yeah.
I think it adds a lot to it, though. It just gives you just more things to look at as you're going down the statue. Yeah, just more variation. It's cool.
Yeah, and I also did notice that, Victor, and I think last time too, you had said that, with Transformers, we're taking risks on this. And then now, Morgan, you said, we're taking some risks on this. And I have to just make sure you guys know, both of y'all, is that I think Noah said it best last time. It's not too much of a risk. Because these pieces are incredible. I think sometimes it takes the outside, eyes from the outside to see this, to tell you, hey, man, this is something very special. This is something really great. So, be confident in that for sure. And here we go. Yeah, more from
Thank you. We appreciate the validation, just because it's. I mean, within here is a vacuum, right? Because we hear each other all the time.
Sure.
Yeah. So everything is huge risk, especially the choice of characters, right? So I mean, between going for a Batman and a Morrigan, that's kind of like, oh wow, that's a huge difference. But
for this is the player 2 suit, correct? So this is the variant suit, correct?
Right. So I'll cover this a little bit. This is actually a special edition, or what we call it, Kagami edition. In Japanese, the Kagami means mirror or reflection. So what it does is it switches around the color between Lilith and Morrigan, and you can only get this through raffle, basically. And this edition will come with all the add-ons and included in without extra cost. So if it's your order and you win it, you get to own this one of a kind edition. I mean, in the true fashion of Superkraft, right? It's always by raffle. So this is what we call the Kagami edition. And let me see if I can find more pictures of it.
Yeah, so this will be pretty much like the Transformers 101, the Batman Noir, right? This will be the special one that we're gonna have to chase the winner to have an interview. It's interesting because like when I first saw it, like the colors kind of stood out like in a different way. Like with the previous color, like to me, Morrigan looked kind of a little more menacing, but now with the second variant, it does give her a slightly different look, a slightly softer look to me. I'm not sure what you guys think, but it's it was, that's kind of like my first thoughts on seeing this. I would love to kind of get your guys' comments on this.
Yeah, and what I noticed is that I did see this before, but you can really, on this version, you can really see the bats wrapped around her foot, which looks really cool. Alan, what do you think about this?
Wow, I think I want both of them. Can it be ordered like that? Can you order both versions?
So this one will be one of this. So.
Yeah, it's a raffle on this one, I think, right?
This particular one actually can only be won through raffle, but we do have color customization, which is something that I missed.
Okay.
Maybe we can share that as well. So you can get Morrigan color by customizing.
Wow. So that one, that's going to be the raffle version.
Yes.
You can only win that one, and I think Superkraft did that last time too. So you have a raffle version of how you can try and win one. So man, I look forward to look at this.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh man,
wow.
And so these are the color customization that we've mentioned before. Playing video games, there's always a player 2 or player 3 version of the characters, right? And I think it's only logical to apply that here as well. So Morrigan player 2 will come with purple colored hair, similar like Lilith. And player 3 will come with a blonde hair. And basically all of them has different combination as well on the sleeve and on the leggings. But we do have provide options basically for people who wants to do so.
Wow. Cool.
I love how y'all stay true to the gaming nature, because that's one of the things because I also play fighting games, and that's one of the things we all enjoy is when you fight and then you want to get the extra skins or you try to level up and get to where you need to get to amass those different skins. And when you want to fight, you don't always want to just fight with the regular one. You want the other,
Sure.
skins as well for the characters. So this is cool that you have multiple options. I love it.
Thanks so much.
Um, Wow, that's
And the change in hair color as well.
right.
Yeah.
I really love this. I love the features too, and just the options, because a lot of companies don't offer things like this. So it's really cool to see this offered to the public, and I look forward to seeing the results of this. But I'm in on this, Alan. I'm gonna get this one.
Jimmy, what's your favorite color? Which one?
Yeah.
Or favorite skin?
I love them all, but I'm gonna have to go with the traditional one, because that reminds me of the game so much. It really does, and yeah, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that one. So yeah, I'm in for sure on this, and make sure you post in the comments below if you plan on picking this one up. I'd love to know it as well. So these are great. So Victor Martin, I've got to ask, because if I don't ask, the community will probably assassinate me. But do you plan on continuing this line with other characters?
Can I?
If you can answer that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we discussed it briefly before this chat starts, but I mean, as usual for Superkraft, right, it's always the narrative first or the storytelling. So it's about the idea and how we can represent best the character and their story. So the next in line, if it's going to be Darkstalkers, we need to find an angle that can convey the same message basically, or have the same, hit the same mark basically as Morrigan. And we are looking at doing more things, but we also want to see how people would react to this, because this is basically our first entry into video game characters. And yeah, if there's some support, and I don't think we don't see any reason why we shouldn't continue.
Yeah, I would love to see that. And I got to throw out there, Queen Bee or Dimitri would be great, because I love those characters so much. Yeah, those are some of my favorites of all times. But Morgan looks fantastic. I mean, she really, really does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pretty blown away by this piece. Yeah, that's some of the best portrait work I've ever seen. It's amazing.
It really
Thanks so
is.
much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I mean, your comments really mean a lot to us, because and this is the first time we're hearing any kind of feedback from people outside the company. So yeah, we really appreciate all the thoughts and kind of like your all these constructive comments. I think it's finally we get to hear something, right? Because it's been a while. We've been dying to kind of like get some feedback. But thanks, we really appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, Victor Martin, which is your favorite? What version would you get?
For me, I think you go first, Victor.
I'm OG, so I like the original color, just like you, Jimmy. I grew up playing Darkstalkers too. Not a big user of Morrigan, just because it's too complex, and I go for simple characters. I'm a button master, so So I like the OG colors in general for any kind of video game characters. But yeah,
right.
For me, it's I'm a bit more like Alan. I want the OG and the Kagami edition, just because it's just one in existence. But yeah, if I have to choose one, I guess the OG is the way to go still, because it represents the characters well. I guess that's it's just my personal thoughts, but I mean,
it's great to see these pieces and just the ideas that you guys had to bring this together. I know it's going to be very successful for you, and this is a piece that I will personally be picking up, and I will do a full review on Godlike statues with it.
Awesome.
So I think we'll be doing that.
Can't wait, Jimmy.
And you guys are welcome to come to the unboxing. We'll do the unboxing live on stream.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to be here for that. I'll save that question for last, so let Alan do that. So I know someone asked this the other day, and I didn't have an answer. So you guys are here, I can ask about it. Is there any chance that Superkraft in the future will obtain a Marvel license?
I can take that.
Okay.
Guys,
I have to ask.
I mean, the Marvel license is definitely a sexy one. I mean, like it's Marvel is kind of like holy grail for a lot of collectors, but it's also one of the licenses that are owned by a lot of companies, right? And it's also a very expensive license in general. So yeah. I mean, we would love to do as many licenses as we can, but strategically, I think we need to pick our battles, right? There's definitely a lot of Marvel statues, and even like small collectibles in the market. So that could be a tough one. For now, DC remains a big part of our focus, just because we that's something that we started with. We want to make sure that we keep going with it. But yeah, I think with Marvel, definitely, if we ever had the opportunity to do it, we'd be happy to kind of figure it out. But I think commercially it has to make some sense, because that's going to be the top. Yeah, for a lot of companies, the commercial part of doing Marvel is, it's going to make you a lot of money, right?
Sure.
It comes at a cost. So
yeah,
what do you guys think, right? Would you prefer a company, who's going to do like a lot more of the non-mainstream kind of like IPs, right? But kind of giving you guys like the grill pieces, right? Versus the same company, working on the same statues that you guys will probably already have a lot of. So I think that's the balance that we need to kind of strike, and we need to know where people actually put their money down on the pieces. So I would love to hear your comments. I mean, like, this is something that we internally we always argue about. So yes, man.
Go ahead, man.
Speaking of that, I love DC. Of course, I'm a big Batman fan, but have you ever thought about doing some DC villains or like Superman's hot right now, so maybe in the future of Superman?
Well,
Oh.
well, the short answer is, I guess, definitely, and you'll see something, some updates maybe soon about this. I can't say much, but as you,
I think I already know.
Are you texting Martin over there?
Do you work for?
I might have mentioned it on the last stream. I mentioned it, so I'm not going to go there. But I think I have an idea. Yeah.
He's our personal investigator, man. He gets all the information. So.
I'll tell you what, Martin. You can just tell me. It's fine. You can just tell me it's fine. But I would love to see that. But I also was wondering if Superkraft ever thought about doing Alien or Predators or also maybe even Star Wars. I know that may fall into Disney also, so I'm not really sure how that would work for y'all. But Martin, I think you have sculpted an alien before, correct? In the past? Or have you not?
I mean, I was involved in the art direction of Alien as well as Marvel and Star Wars. So there's some. Well, I did this sculpture of Dark Raven last time for Exam Studio. So I mean, I am a big fan of Star Wars as well and Marvel, and that would be great. I think if we have that license. But again, like what Victor says, right, in terms of commercially and maybe on my side is creatively, we want to present something new, unique, and tell the narrative that we want to tell. So yeah, definitely open to that in the future if the chance comes.
Martin, sorry, I wanted to say, Martin and Victor, I like that what you're doing, and to kind of touch on what you're saying to answer your question is that I don't want to see another company do the same thing that everybody else is doing. We have a lot of, I love Batman, but we have thousands of Batman. But if you are doing the same thing, I like that you're bringing a fresh idea to it, like your Batman piece. Yeah, it's Batman, but I have not seen anybody do that take on it. So in my eyes, it's still fresh, right? Oh, another Batman, but no, but this Batman is fresh and it's different. It's not like the other hundreds of Batmans that came before. So if you do touch on something that's been done before, a character, you give it your own spin. That's way different. It's not another standing Batman. Again, it's something else. So, which I thought when I first seen that Batman Bruce Wayne piece, I thought it was incredible. And my eyes were blown because I haven't seen anybody do that before. Same thing with the Transformer piece. Do you consider that a bust? Is it a bust or I don't know, but I've never seen anybody do that before. I thought it was terrific. So, but people have done Transformers before. So, yes and no. So I do like the direction that your company is going, and I hope that you guys keep doing that, giving us new takes on characters, which is cool.
Seeing the project Superkraft has 3 now, correct? So they've got Transformers, Batman, and now Morgan, and all 3 are just incredible pieces. So and I know that I think Victor said it best, like you're in a room and you're not really sure about what you're doing here, but once it gets out to the public and they see the hard work you put into this, it's obvious to me that Martin, you love these characters, and it shows in the sculpt of and how they're finished. It's just a phenomenal statue. Like Morgan is going to do really well. I'm probably going to put it over there. It's going right over there somewhere. We're going to put it over there.
Thanks
But
so much.
I'm in 100%.
okay, Alan's in too. So
Yeah.
I would love to have y'all in so we can even do the live unboxing and have it here, and that's what we'll do. Do a live unboxing.
For sure.
For sure. Just reach out to us.
Absolutely. Alan, I know you had one final question. What was that? I didn't want to keep Victor and Martin too long. What was the final question?
Yeah. We kind of know what's going on presently and probably for the balance of this year, but is there anything you can share with us coming up for 2026? That little teaser or kind of any direction that you guys might be going in, or anything at all you can share?
I think
I didn't put you on the spot. Sorry.
No worries.
You didn't blame me.
There'll be new projects as well as new IPs, as well as continuation of existing IPs.
Okay.
And I guess the surprise is probably because this IP was never announced before for us, and probably not very associated with what we are doing. But yeah, that's all.
That's good.
I think we'll continue to do some of the existing ones that we. Sorry, go ahead, Ellen.
I'll have to wait 6 months to find out, right?
Yeah.
What were you saying, Victor?
No, I think just to echo Martin, I think we want to continue with some of the things that have worked for us. I think that's part of the promise in terms of being able to provide a series, for some of the statues that have gotten great feedback. So we want to continue with some of those ideas, right? But yeah, I think there are some exciting ones that we can't really say now. So once it's complete, then we can we'll definitely you guys will be one of the first to know. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I'm just thinking outside the box a little bit. I know you have a Capcom license.
Oh,
I think I'll leave it right there. I'll leave it right there. I'll let everybody just kind of dwell on that a little bit.
Jimmy's gonna play the fighting games later and then try to see what characters you guys.
If it's gonna come from Superkraft, it's gonna be an amazing statue, and that's just the way it's been with every single piece.
Maybe another Origins story. It might be DC related. Might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you guys did a Berserk piece like that with young Guts and old Guts, that would be amazing too.
That'd be
I
cool
never done
too.
that.
Oh, that'd be good.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about, of course, the Transformer, piece, that tells the story of everything. What about a Capcom piece? kind of like that. That kind of, hey, this if you want a Capcom piece, this is the only piece you need to have, type thing like that.
Yeah,
That's
a great idea.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Okay, man.
Well, again, I want to just echo that is that if it comes from Superkraft, it's going to be a great piece because I think you can really tell that you guys love these characters so much. The art direction and time that's gone into this, they come out so spectacular. Enough for me to say I have to get the Darkstalkers Morrigan. It's going to go over here somewhere. I'm going to figure it out. So I'm pretty excited for that. That'll be one coming home to the collection. So I want to thank Superkraft, but also Victor and Martin for taking time with the community. I really appreciate you both. And just so you're aware that the door is always open for you, my friends. I really appreciate you. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, guys, for spending your time with us. Time's precious for all of us, but we really appreciate you guys being here. And just giving us kind of like your honest comments, and your honest reactions. I think that's really important for us as we try to continue to do our best for the community.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. I really appreciate you all. I will see you on Sunday Hangout this evening. Until then, stay godlike. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Guys, thanks,
Okay, guys.
Victor.
Later.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.